Hello, hello. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. And welcome to everyone joining us here in person and those watching on the Thunder's YouTube channel. I'm Paris Lawson. I'm the broadcast and digital reporter for the Oklahoma City Thunder, and it is my great honor to serve as host as we celebrate a very important next step in the history of Oklahoma City. In late 2023, Oklahoma City voters delivered their overwhelming support for a new downtown arena, a modern sports and entertainment facility for the next generation, and of course, a new home for the Oklahoma City Thunder. Now, before we begin our groundbreaking, I want to take a moment to recognize the new name for this building that was announced just a couple of days ago, Continental Coliseum. I also want to take a moment to acknowledge the folks that we have on stage with me today. Joining me are Oklahoma City Mayor David Holt, members of City Council, City Manager Craig Freeman, the project's lead architect David Manica, Continental Resources Chairman Emeritus Harold Hamm, Thunder Executive Vice President and General Manager Sam Presti, and Thunder Chairman Clay Bennett. Together, they will mark the transition of the site right behind us from demolition to construction as we watch this vision become reality over the next 2.5 years, set to open in the summer of 2028 in time for the 2028-29 Thunder season. Now, before we grab the shovels, we want to hear from some of these leaders we have on stage with us today. So first, I think we all know it's highly unlikely that we would be here without his leadership in advocating for a new arena downtown. So please join me in welcoming Oklahoma City Mayor David Holt.
Well, thank you, Paris. I certainly want to thank everyone who has led us to this day, many of whom are on stage. The City Council, the City Manager Craig Freeman, the many people on city staff managing the financing and construction, David Manica, TVS, and everyone on the design team, Flintco, Mortensen, and everyone on the construction team, and the Oklahoma City Thunder, led by Clay Bennett, who are our friends and partners in this endeavor. And certainly, of course, the people of Oklahoma City, who overwhelmingly approved this project and will largely fund it. It was, as Paris just referenced, in 2022 that I first publicly broached the topic of our city's need to address our relatively aging, small, and underinvested downtown arena. For the next 2 years, we had a very public and transparent community conversation about the topic. The main thrust of my argument at the time could probably have been summed up in 2 points. The first was that our city had long understood the central role that our arena plays in our identity and our quality of life. There have always been a tremendous number of events that happen in our downtown arena, and our arena's ability to compete for concerts and events defines our city in many ways. And so we have invested in our downtown arena with almost perfect regularity across the span of a century. As we stand here today, we are breaking ground on the city's 4th downtown arena. Oklahoma City was founded in 1889, and history records that when the city was 48 years old, we opened our first arena, the Municipal Auditorium, in 1937, what we now call the Civic Center. It's somewhat hard for us to imagine now, but in 1937, the Civic Center was our arena, hosting basketball games, concerts, and all those special entertainment events that elevate life in a city. 35 years later, in 1972, city leaders and residents stood on this very site and cut the ribbon on the Myriad, our second arena. 30 years later, in 2002, just behind you across the street, we opened what was then known as the Ford Center. And today we break ground on the Continental Coliseum, which will open in 2028, 26 years after the Ford Center opened. Every 3 decades for a century, the people of Oklahoma City have reinvested in this critical building, understanding that it is the centerpiece of our city's identity. During that time, when we as a community discussed how to move forward on the arena question, my second main point was, of course, the importance of our arena to our status as a big league city. Being a big league city has changed us forever. We see it in everything that defines life in OKC. We see it in our population and our GDP. We see it in our economic diversification, cultural life, and commercial development. Our city's history will forever be told as before the thunder and after the thunder. That status is not one we can take for granted. There are a finite number of Major League professional sports franchises in the leagues that matter, generally 30 to 32. As the 42nd largest market, we have numerous competitors who want what we have. We cannot directly control the size of our market, but we can directly control the facility we offer. The downtown arena unlocks our ability to retain the NBA and remain a big league city. That status simply was not sustainable for much longer without this investment. But with this commitment, we achieved the renewal we sought. Our original 15-year agreement with the Thunder, which ended in 2023, has now been extended with a 25-year commitment that will commence when this new arena opens in 2028. That commitment preserves our status as a big league city till at least 2053. And in the meantime, we became more than a big league city. We became a championship city. Thank you, Sam. And so, with the shovels we turn today, we are achieving the goals we set out to attain when we discussed this issue in 2022 and 2023. We are meeting our generational obligation to reinvest in our downtown arena, guaranteeing that we will continue to host the many events that define a great city. And we have leveraged our arena to sustain our relationship with the Thunder and the NBA, securing our status as a big league city for another generation. With those achievements secure, I want to submit to you that today, with the commencement of this ambitious and aspirational project, we are also doing something more. Great cities build great buildings. The tendency of humans to organize ourselves into cities allows for collective achievement. Working together with thousands of our neighbors, we can do things we could never do alone. And urban places across the span of human history have used their collective power to build great buildings. What is Paris without the Eiffel Tower, New York City without the Empire State Building, or London without Big Ben? Travelers do not return home and regale their friends with tales of tent cities or two-story structures. The greatness of a city is expressed in its buildings. The Continental Coliseum will be a great building. With the dirt we turn today, we are beginning our city's greatest collective effort in its 137-year history. Continental Coliseum is making a statement to the world. Let me just put the scale of this project into perspective for you. By budget size, this is the largest single public project in Oklahoma City's history. That you probably already knew implicitly. But it is also one of the largest projects in anyone's history. Ranking arena budgets is not always an exact science, but the Continental Coliseum project appears to have the 5th largest budget in the global history of arenas. Though I include the entire world in that comparison, it is worth noting that all of the top budgets are NBA arenas. The NBA is the greatest league on earth that stages its sport in an arena, and so the greatest arenas ever built anywhere are NBA arenas. And we are a part of the NBA, not a junior version of it, and we are not shying away from the competition with this project. And though I'm sure it won't be long till a few more NBA arenas pass our budget, we shouldn't fail to recognize this rarefied air we find ourselves in. I remind you that for the last 2 decades, we have had the second best arena in Oklahoma. Today, we break ground on what will be one of the greatest arenas on the planet. Today, the people of Oklahoma City make a statement. It is the latest in a series of such statements. In 2008, we became a big league city. We used the next 17 years to build upon that platform. In 2025, our championship signaled our true arrival. The world turned its eyes to OKC and acknowledged that we had progressed into a great city in ways that went far beyond sports. And now, in 2026, we take another critical step. We break ground today on what will be one of the world's great buildings. This arena will be one of one. Its beauty and magnificence will speak to the city that we wish to be, the city that we are. Great cities build great buildings. Rome has the Coliseum, and now so will Oklahoma City. Congratulations to all of us, and we'll see you back here in 2 years. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor Holt. In the fall of 2024, the city and the Thunder announced that they had selected world-renowned architecture firm Manica to lead the design of this new arena. David Manica and his team came to the city and to this project with a focus on listening and learning before designing. Here joining us today for his remarks, please welcome the lead architect, David Manica.
Thank you very much. It is always a daunting task to follow the mayor in a speech. He does such a good job. So I have no notes. I'm going to go from the heart on this. And in my heart, I sort of wanted to think about what's at the center of it, what this moment means to me. And there's really just one word that keeps coming to mind, and that is gratitude. And so I want to talk about that, and I want to frame this moment for me in the way I think we should all think about it, around that word, that sense of gratitude. As was mentioned, I came to Oklahoma City here with no preconceptions, no design to sell. That's different than what most architects do. A lot of times architects come with an idea, hoping that it'll blow the client away and get hired to build that idea. But we came with nothing except listening. And the desire to want to do something that's really special and to do it together, because when I think about Oklahoma City, that's another word that means a lot to me, is that word together. So the first gratitude is really to Clay and the mayor and the council members and the city and MAPS for that trust to get to come here with an open heart and an open mind and get to do something special and to do it together and to trust the process, as Sam might also support. Of course, also, it's important for you all to know that there are 1,000 people that have worked on this project to date. Could my team raise their hand real quick? This is my team. They all came down from Kansas City. But there's thousands more, the TVS team and all the sub-consultants and engineers, many of which are here today. And so I want to offer some gratitude to them as well for the moment that we get to be here. And I am sort of expressing the voice of that on behalf of all those people that have sacrificed a lot and spent nights and evenings and weekends away from their family in order to make this moment happen. There's also, I think, gratitude just for what we're able to do together. It always strikes me when I go to Europe and I think about these cathedrals that took hundreds of years to build, and the faith that it took for that first stonemason to lay that stone in a tower that he would never live to hear. And it's amazing that we can be in this moment where we can design something and see it happen in a matter of months, not centuries anymore. So we're all really lucky to get to do that. And I find gratitude in that moment as well. So I want to thank the Flinko Mortensen team for being great partners, for putting us all in a position to build something that's really extraordinary on that piece of land. And then one of the last things I want to say is the honor and the gratitude for the trust that the city and its good people into us and the whole design team with this sacred piece of land, really. It's a special place in the heart of the city. It has an incredible history to it, a defining history in a lot of ways. And to be in a position to think about what the next story that piece of land will tell for its city and its people, I'm thankful for that as well. So listen, this city, like the mayor said, you judge a city I judge a city, let's say, based on two things. One, its people, and two, what it offers its people. And, the people of Oklahoma City are kind and generous and trusting and supportive, and I have sensed that every day that I've been here. And the momentum of this city in making itself better over and over again and never standing still, I'm thankful for that, and I'm thankful to be a part of that. So anyway, groundbreaking is an important moment. It's the moment where those 1,000 people behind me hand the baton to the thousands of people that are going to build this building. And I think it's something we should all be grateful and celebratory for. So thank you very much.
Thank you, David. As I mentioned earlier, we learned earlier this week that the Thunder is partnering with Continental Resources for the naming rights of this new building, Continental Coliseum. Joining us today for his remarks, it is Continental Resources Chairman Emeritus Harold Hamm.
Thank you, Paris. It's a great occasion, great to be here today in front of all of you on this wonderful occasion. It is, in fact, historic. Well, I know that for sure. I look down, I see the leaders of Oklahoma City, Ron Norick. Thank you for leading us out of the depths of despair after the bombing here in Oklahoma City to where we're at today. Thank you so much for that leadership. Mick Cornett and our current mayor, Mayor Holt, for the wonderful leadership that, we've experienced here in Oklahoma City. It was kind of a quick decision, maybe by our team. It didn't take much. With myself, I considered, the opportunity that was afforded us, and I thought very quickly that, we ought to do this. It's, Continental's not a retail company. We're not selling anything to the public. We don't have anybody to impress like that. So for me, it just came from the heart. I'm an Oklahoman. I'm here in Oklahoma City. I was raised up right down here at Lexington. This means a great deal to our community. And we're here. We're going to be here. It's a long-term commitment, but we're proud to make it. So it's a quick decision with my family, and raise your hands. Here we are. When it comes to making that decision, they all raised their hand. They want to do exactly this. And Doug, thank you. Where's Doug? There, Doug. Raise your hand. Our CEO. It didn't take him long to say, we believe in Oklahoma City. We believe in Oklahoma. It's a thing to do. And we're glad to have our name associated with the Thunder. It's how wonderful an organization is that. Our values aligned with the grit and the determination, everything that they've exhibited as a team. So Sam Presti, can't say enough for what you've done building this team and keeping it together. And Clay Bennett, we go back a long ways. Our friendship has been there for a long time. And, your determination, everything that you put into this team has just been tremendous. So, we're proud. Everybody's proud at Continental to be part of this, to be part of this wonderful structure. I've gone all over the world. I've seen a lot of structures proposed and built, and this is indeed one of a kind. So thank you very much for the design. Thank you. And we're proud to be a part of this today, and it is historic. We believe it's part of the legacy of not only this Coliseum and team, but of Oklahoma City itself. So thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Harold. Now, in addition to hosting concerts and other sporting events, Continental Coliseum will also, of course, be the new home for the Oklahoma City Thunder. So please join me in welcoming Thunder Executive Vice President and General Manager Sam Presti.
Thank you. So I'm very privileged to, in my line of work, get to study and watch the performance of high-functioning teams and hopefully elite teams. And I just want to say a few words about the team of people that are sitting behind me to bring this entire project to a start, not fruition. We got a little ways to go to that. But first, I just want to say something about Mayor Holt. It's been recognized the history of incredible leadership and mayors that we've had in this community going back generations. And with this project, I think it's safe to say that David has cemented himself amongst the greats. He's done such an amazing job of bringing everyone together as a true leader. And he's also, I think, one of the best listeners I've ever been around. So I want to recognize David. He is essential to everything that's taken place here today. I also want to recognize David Manica, and he touched on this when he spoke so eloquently before. But you hear these stories about these star architects and how they kind of use the projects to catapult their own ideas and their own vision. And the greatest thing I can tell you about David is everything he said is exactly true. He took our little one-sheeter of bullet points and vision, and he really brought the thing to life in a way that nobody could possibly imagine. And I just can't tell you how much respect I have for just his innate talent and artistic ability, and he deserves so much credit for the way he approached this project. It's really, really special. On any team, you have to have people that are in the weeds doing things that connect everybody together. For us, Brian Burns, Danny Barth, and of course Craig Freeman, these guys, they're toiling in the weeds and the details in ways that projects like this, they could never come together. And so those guys are the true glue guys for this project. Wouldn't be possible without them. And then obviously Harold, he's the quintessential Oklahoma story. I mean, you can't draw it up better than that. And for him to be associated with this project the way he is just seems right in so many ways. And as a scout, I would say, I'm not sure how fast Harold was, but I know he's tough enough to play for our team. There's no question about that. One of the toughest guys and a true Okie. And then I just want to recognize Clay real quick. I think everybody knows him. He's had such a huge influence on the city during his time here. He's all about two things, our players and our fans. That's where it begins and that's where it ends. He's invested in all of them, and he has them top of mind at all times. And having Harold and Clay together on a project like this is like having Mickey Mantle and Johnny Bench hitting in the middle of your lineup. You really cannot lose when you have these two titans together. So we're really, really excited about having them together on this project. Last thing I want to say, I just want to recognize, obviously, our players, past and present. Nothing's really possible in that building from a competitive standpoint without those men putting their bodies on the line every single night. And then, of course, our fans. They've truly made this possible. All of you, everybody, even if you never came to a game, but voting for this project like we have in so many other things we've done in this community, I think it's important to recognize that our fans are what have established that it's possible to have this even happening behind us. They're the people that have made it possible for people to say that Oklahoma City and Oklahoma is home for an NBA basketball team. Doesn't happen without that kind of support, their belief. They have invested in us, and it allows us to invest in this and them. So I think it's really important to recognize it's truly a team effort, and I'm really privileged to be associated with the people behind me for this. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Sam. And finally, it is my great honor to introduce to you and welcome the chairman of the Oklahoma City Thunder, Clay Bennett.
Thank you very much. What a remarkable day for our city. Overwhelming. And Sammy, I've never been compared to Mickey Mantle. Harold, thank you. So grateful to you, your family, your company. What a week for Oklahoma City to make this wonderful announcement earlier in the week. Have today. We're on the move. I've just got a few things, mainly some thank yous. I want to recognize our ownership group, who has been extraordinary. This is our 20th year of owning the team, and a lot happens in the course of the years in this business. And this group has been steadfast, immovable in their support of me and management. And I'm very grateful to George Kaiser, to Jeff Records, to Bill Cameron, to Bob Howard, to Jay Scaramucci, and to Everett Dobson. First-class people, wonderful partners, and we wouldn't be here without them. So thank you very much. Every time I was thinking about today, and I think about all of this, I truly think about every single citizen who woke up on that Tuesday and planned to go vote and went and voted yes to support this project. This is your day, this is your building, and we are forever grateful for the support of our citizens. Mayor, thank you for everything, your leadership, City Council, Craig Humphreys, the former mayors. I saw Ron and Mick. I even saw an old city manager down there, Jim Couch. All part of, we wouldn't be here today without all of them. So thank you for your leadership through all these years. And I really want to recognize and thank the city professional staff and all the various departments. With the Thunder and with this construction, we touch about every department in the city and work with about every department in the city. And they are first-class professionals. We enjoy them greatly, and together we find ways to get things done. And the professional staff of the city should be celebrated and recognized, and I'm very grateful to each of you for all of your great work. Flintco Mortensen, you're up next. We place our trust in you. We believe in you. We've been really pleased with the relationship and the quality of the people and the quality of the work, and we're very encouraged and quite confident in what's ahead with the construction. So we look forward to working with you. David Manica, there you are. Oh, fancy pants over there. Just extraordinary human being, so gifted in so many ways. But for me, at the end of the day, just a beautiful person, as someone who cares, someone who personally is engaged, runs a dynamite, world-class architectural firm, small powerhouse group, all just brilliant people that work like crazy and have really done the job. So, and I echo David. We've got some beautiful new buildings that have been built, And I would just hope, this is going to be such a stunning piece of architecture that I just hope we all think about in the future. Anything we build, let's make it inspired, let's make it fantastic, let's make it beautiful, and let's make it fit and complement everything that we're doing. We're in 2026 rebuilding a modern American downtown. It's unheard of. And what a gift and what a special opportunity. I want to thank Danny Barth and Brian Burns. They've really, as Sam outlined, really in the weeds, really done the hard work on moving this along from our standpoint. And the entire business office. They work really hard on primarily our fans, taking care of our fans, making it good for our fans, connecting the team to the community. As Sam says, most people have not been to a game. In fact, when we did some polling for the election, only about 16% of the people in central Oklahoma have actually been in the building. So it just tells you the strength of the connection and the belief in the team, and I appreciate the business office for fostering that. And Sam, I just can't thank you enough, pal. Just a remarkable job, a remarkable leader, has developed such an amazing culture in our basketball operations. I'm so proud of each and every person. I'm so proud of the players, the coaches. I went on one little road trip with them last night and got back at 3 o'clock in the morning. They do it all the time. I'm about to die. And then they go play in another game. So ultimately, as Sam pointed out, and it's really true, ultimately it's why we're here. It's because of the guys, because of the team, and because of the league, and just really grateful that we have that standing. I want to thank my family. Can be a difficult person, and they've hung in there with me and supported me, and I'm very grateful for that. I just want us all to enjoy this, celebrate this. As this starts getting vertical, it's going to be excitement every day, and let's share in it and be proud of it and live up to it. Thunder up. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Bennett, and thank you to all of our speakers and everyone who joined us today for this very, very exciting morning. It is time to celebrate breaking ground on Continental Coliseum. At this time, we will prepare to transition for our first ceremonial dig, and that means we will have everyone on stage get prepared with their shovels and their vests, and we will officially break ground here shortly. Stand by. Thank you. Thank you so much, everyone, and thank you all. What a historic day for our city. We appreciate everyone that was here in attendance and everyone who tuned in online. We will now, at this time, start calling up the additional photo groups for today. But for everyone else, thank you so much and enjoy the rest of your day.